Are you ready?
Jamie Markley, David Van Camp, and Scott Robbins.
We just become best friends. Yep.
Making sense of it all.
Now I get it.
And having some fun.
Lighten up, Francis.
This is the Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show.
All right, let's do it. The Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show. Jamie Markley, David Van Camp, Scott Robbins. My condolences. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry.
Yeah, God.
Our Bears.
Yeah, that's,
Oh, no! We suck again!
Yeah, it's a lot of optimism going into last night. That's a tough one. More on that later. I don't want to get you down
David
at the start of the show.
it's just one game, right? It's one game.
Well, but it's also the Bears. So
Man.
The natives were restless. They were booing the daylights out of these guys last
Wow.
night.
Man. Okay, let's start with some jobs, David.
yeah, well, the Bureau of Labor Statistics came out with a new jobs data revision, and it's the biggest in history on the wrong side of the ledger. Between April of 2024 and this past March, they overestimated the number of jobs created by about 911,000.
How does that happen?
That is the largest ever. This means there was basically no job creation in the past year or the last year of the Biden administration. And when you couple that with another near million downward revision before, there were basically no jobs created in the last 2 years of the Biden administration.
Oh, no! We suck again!
Dude,
Well,
I mean, look, the BLS budget, the Bureau of Labor Statistics, their budget is something like $56 million. I can be wrong for half that cost. Trump, hire me. I'll do it.
man, oh, man.
Here's the thing, I'm curious about this because I thought about it this morning when I saw that revision down like that. Can you gamble on the jobs report?
You should
And if
be
so,
able to.
can you hold your ticket then until it's officially been revised down? So you thought you lost, but you really won.
Yeah, you just got to wait,
Yeah,
see
you
how
gotta
it plays out.
hang on to your tickets, ladies and gentlemen.
In the end.
God.
I know for a lot of media outlets, though, that's not the biggest story of the day. There is a brand new, fresh story that's hitting the nation hard, and everyone is waiting to see what happens next. I'll tell you that.
Epstein files released, turned over by his estate, including a letter to Epstein on his 50th birthday in 2003, allegedly signed by President Trump. Now, the reaction from the White House as the pressure grows in Congress to make all the Epstein files public.
I'm like, is this Groundhog Day? We've already seen this, haven't we? Oh, no, it's newly released with a picture. That was the lead on ABC and NBC.
Two trains of thought come to my mind right away. Number one, Trump doodling on something and then sending it. I don't believe that ever happened. I can't see this guy being a doodler.
He said, I don't draw. That's part of what he said.
And another thing is, amongst friends or acquaintances who are guys, you might put some stuff in a birthday card just for fun.
You could.
Just because, right?
But the drawing of...
Well, that's just it, of the figure of the woman in the outline. And all.
Well, and the way that
Yes.
Good Morning America at least put it out there...
The letter
was,
includes lines of text written to mimic an imaginary third-person conversation between Trump and Epstein, framed by a crudely drawn outline of a woman's body. One line reading, "We have certain things in common, Jeffrey. Enigmas never age."
crudely drawn. Mm-hmm. Okay. Is there really anything new with this story today?
Not really, other than the image was put out.
Right.
But it's like, okay, and around that time, whenever the birthday cards were compiled, that's when he was still getting positive press in Vanity Fair.
Yes.
I mean, like, Jeffrey Epstein was known in the higher echelons of society.
Yes, 2003. But yeah, they're going to keep going back to that one. Oh, and by the way, Supreme Court is pretty much racist.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that was from Mary Bruce from Good Morning America.
She said that?
Well, you tell me. That was my takeaway
Oh, my God.
because of their ruling. as far as ICE, here you go.
Now, in a 6-3 decision, the conservative majority did not explain its reasoning. The attorney general, though, this morning is welcoming the move, while liberals on the court are blasting it. Justice Sonia Sotomayor, in her dissent, writing, "We should not have to live in a country where the government can seize anyone who looks Latino, speaks Spanish, and appears to work a low-wage job." Now, this ruling is not the final word, but it does allow these tactics to continue while the litigation plays out. Robin.
Okay. So, David, the whole story with the Supreme Court that was a pretty big story yesterday.
Yeah.
Is that ICE can continue operations in California.
Yeah, they essentially, yes, they can still do what amount to roadside checks, things like that,
Yes.
which they were calling discriminatory and profiling and blah, 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 blah. That's what liberals are complaining about right now. And so the Supreme Court has said, for now, while this case makes its way through the courts, you can continue to do this.
Yes. They didn't give a reason, as she said.
I know.
But they're going to quote Sotomayor, which what she said is not what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
But you highlight that clip, and why do you do it? To influence the viewer. To think, well, the Supreme Court's racist. Except for the good ones, like Sotomayor. Oh, my gosh.
And you saw her.
Yes.
That's the second one that's really good.
Ketanji Brown Jackson.
Yeah.
Yes. You can remember her name. I can remember her name. Not everybody could remember her name.
No, not
Back in the
everybody
day.
can.
Well,
That's
you
a
know.
problem.
Well, you saw her.
Yeah, you know.
I always refer to as you saw her just
Yes.
because
Of course.
that's
Yes.
the way we refer to her.
Out of respect for the office of the presidency.
See, there you go. Thank you, David. Yeah. You shined that up for me very nicely. Yes.
Now, you got a clip of Tom Homan here?
Yeah, well, it's a couple of clips here. I'll set the table like this. The governor of Massachusetts, Maura Healey, was on Morning Joe on MSNBC today talking about the new immigration enforcement surge in her state. Operation Patriot 2.0 is what they're calling it, and she calls it racist, too.
Oh, my gosh.
You know, imagine you're at home right now. What do? Right? Do you send your kid to school? Do you go to the grocery store?
Well, yeah.
Do you go to the doctors?
Yes.
Because people are
Some here
being
legally.
picked up and targeted based on the color of their skin.
Actually, based on the rap sheet, but anyway. Well, later on in the show, Tom Homan, the border czar, was on. And he went off on all of this nonsense.
Good. I can't wait.
Let me tell you, in the last couple of days, what's happened in Boston. They've arrested Victor Gomez Perez, a 33-year-old criminal alien from Guatemala, with charges of aggravated rape, assault and battery with dangerous weapon, indecent assault and battery on a victim 14 years or younger. They arrested Kaylee Espinosa, a 33-year-old criminal alien from Colombia, with charges of aggravated assault on a pregnant victim. They arrested Joshua Gonzalez, a 23-year-old criminal alien from Dominican Republic, with charges for trafficking heroin, morphine, opium, resisting police, disorderly conduct, and drug distribution. They also arrested...
But he's also a proud dad. You forgot that,
Well,
Tom.
yeah, soccer coach.
Yes.
Yeah.
They also arrested Samuel Armando Barrero, a 20-year-old criminal illegal alien from Guatemala, pending charges for assault and battery on a child. So Mayor Wu and Governor Healey, they ought to be calling ICE and thanking them for making their streets safer.
They should be. But they won't.
They won't.
No. No.
They
And you
can't
know,
crawl out of this hole they dug. They can't do it now. They're too far in.
well, that's true.
They can't retreat now. There's no way.
Well, as far as that awful story of the, felon that stabbed the woman, the Ukrainian refugee, to death, that bus, I'm looking. Yeah, ABC, they don't cover it.
Nobody did.
Guess what? NBC, I caught it. Gabe Gutierrez. He did cover part of it, but I want you to hear how that part was framed. Check it.
Responding to a recent attack in Charlotte, North Carolina, where a young Ukrainian woman, Irina Zarutska, was attacked on a late-night train in August.
We have to be able to handle that. If we don't handle that, we don't have a country.
Disturbing video recently released by authorities show a man attacking the 23-year-old. Investigators say the suspect is 34-year-old DeCarlos Brown Jr., who's now charged with murder.
Yeah.
Police and court records show Brown had been arrested more than a dozen times.
Good, yeah.
The president also posting her blood is on the hands of the Democrats who refuse to put bad people in jail. North Carolina's Democratic governor argues the state needs more police officers, and he's calling for new legislation to help recruit them. Also yesterday, Charlotte's mayor announcing the city will increase security on public transit and hire more personnel. Savannah.
How about keeping them in jail? The problem is you keep letting people out. It's soft on crime. That's the big deal. That's what should be highlighted. It happens again and again and again.
After years of vilifying the police, defund the police are bad. Gee, you got a hiring problem, huh?
Yeah. And we just need more people.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah. Well, I saw this highlighted. The North Carolina governor, Josh Stein, back in the summer of love 2020, when he was the AG, this is what he talked about at the time.
The Task Force for Racial Equity and Criminal Justice will consider and implement measures that can bring about meaningful change to the criminal justice system.
Yep, you did it.
Nice job.
That's on you.
Well played.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're not going to talk about that either. So there you go.
Frustrating.
It's crazy there, too, because local media had talked to the mom of the perpetrator. And the story sounds harrowing because, I mean, we all know this guy was in and out of jail. He had served a 5-year stint in prison at one point, gets let out, and he's living with his mom. And he was acting erratically, acting violently. She had him committed to a mental hospital, and they diagnosed him with schizophrenia. So he was in there for 2 weeks, and then they let him out. And eventually she had to kick him out of the house because it wasn't safe for him to be there.
Yes.
And she was telling local media, I can't believe the court system allowed him to be out. She's like, he should have never been out on the streets.
Golly, man. But you know what this is? That was the other part, the way Gutierrez introed the story, like it's used now for political reasons or something.
Meanwhile, a disturbing, unprovoked attack in North Carolina that was caught on camera is igniting a new political firestorm.
I don't understand why there is a political firestorm, but...
No, if you're...
I mean, everybody saw what happened, right?
If you're just for good and against evil?
Yeah.
It's pretty simple.
It is very simple.
It doesn't have to be politics. That guy should not have been out of jail. Yeah.
Why are they blaming Trump for this one?
I don't know. You know what Trump did last night?
No.
He bombed Greta Thunberg's ship.
He bombed her ship?
Yeah.
This is one of my favorite stories of the day.
I'm joking.
So,
oh, God, I thought you were serious.
Greta Thunberg, the how dare you high school dropout, has decided to go all in on being pro-Hamas, and she's moving on from climate change. She's part of this flotilla. They're doing this again where they're going to be sailing to Gaza to try to break the Israeli blockade there and deliver aid to the people. They've been turned around once before. Well, they're off the coast of Tunisia right now, and a fire happened on the steering committee's boat. Greta was not on that boat, as I understand it. The group is claiming they were targeted by an Israeli drone attack.
What?
That somehow left their ship more or less intact. I'm not really sure how this works. It looks like a flare. And I'm saying that because maybe in my wayward youth, I had some experience with, well, accidental or boys will be boys having fun shooting off flares in Lake Louisville.
How dare you?
Might have sunk a John boat. I don't know. Allegedly.
Yeah. John wasn't in it.
Yeah, John was not in that, no. There was no indication that there was any drone, and that whole thing makes this guy's recording of the event hilarious. This is one of the pro-Hamas people talking about how his boat has been attacked.
Okay.
We have been hit. The vessel is on fire. We are off the coast of Tunis. It was a loud explosion. I was on the top deck. Are we abandoning ship? It was a massive explosion.
It was not.
A massive, massive explosion. Just meters away. We have been hit by what appears to be a drone. Guys, we have been attacked in what appears to be a drone attack. The vessel is on fire. I repeat, the vessel is on fire.
It was a flare.
It looks like a flare. I mean, it went up and came back down.
We are dying.
Abandoned ship.
Flies are around. We're attacked by vultures. The 5 stories we're watching today, straight ahead.
My doctor told me my cholesterol is borderline, so I took control with Garlic Healthy Cholesterol Formula.
Garlic helps maintain healthy cholesterol safely and naturally. It's odor and taste-free, and Garlic is a world leader in garlic potency. I'm taking charge of my cholesterol with Garlic Healthy Cholesterol Formula, cholesterol's natural enemy.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. The term natural references only the garlic in the product. Use as directed.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-859-3220. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 to 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-859-3220. That's 800-859-3220 for $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with. Call Big Lou at 800-859-3220. 800-859-3220.
The Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show. Jamie Markley, David Van Camp, Scott Robbins, and now the 5 stories we're watching today.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
All right, number 5, President Trump says he would sign what's called the Stop Illegal Entry Act if it passes through Congress. This bill would give illegal aliens convicted of felonies a mandatory 5-year prison sentence. It also creates a 10-year minimum for illegal aliens who are convicted of felonies and try to come back into the United States. The maximum would be life in prison. That would be on the table.
Well,
for repeat offenders and people who keep trying to break into the country illegally. Number 4, just a couple days ago, President Trump told Hamas to take a hostage deal or else. And today, Israel's military targeted senior Hamas leadership in Qatar with an airstrike. Bye-bye.
Dude was having like dinner. It was his house.
Yeah.
They got his house.
They know, man.
They do know.
Oh,
the
buddy.
precision of these things is amazing.
It is.
I'll have another lamb chop. Boom!
Number 3, the trial has begun for Ryan Routh. This is the guy who tried to assassinate Trump at Trump's golf course in Florida last year. Routh is representing himself, and during jury selection, he wanted to ask potential jurors whether or not they would move a turtle out of the road.
They said this thing's just going to be
a
circus.
Yeah, it's a total circus. I mean, he was asking if maybe one thing he could do was have a round of golf with President Trump. I mean, he's just making a mockery of the whole thing.
Yeah, if I beat him, the whole thing.
Yeah. Number 2, the National Assessment of Educational Progress, the nation's report card, as it's known, released scores, found that reading scores for high school seniors have hit a new low. Just 35% of 12th graders were at or above the proficiency level.
Oh, my God.
So sad.
And you think about
more money.
I mean, you do think about the ages of high school seniors, and I mean, they were locked down for a pretty significant part of their educational progress.
Yep.
Yeah.
Who could have ever called this?
We just need more resources.
Yeah,
we're lacking in the amount of money we need to.
And almost every article I've read about this mentions Trump is trying to shut down the education department. Well, good. It's failed.
Exactly.
Number 1, the Bureau of Labor Statistics came out with a new jobs data revision, and it's the biggest in history as well. Between April of 2024 and this past March, they overestimated the number of jobs created by about 911,000 jobs. This means there were basically no jobs created in the final year of the Biden administration.
Wow. God. Then you wonder what all nefarious is going on with that.
They went on to forecast the weather after this.
Yeah, right.
Man, oh, man. Because there's one thing of just making honest mistakes.
Yeah.
No.
I'm having a hard time believing that's anywhere near an honest mistake.
They've
They
been
were
caught
goosing
cooking the books.
Absolutely. This is the Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show. All right, biggest story of the day, David?
That's a pretty big one. Also, the, bombing the crap out of Hamas leadership is pretty neat. I know the Qatar, the UAE, they've all kind of come out and said, well, we condemn in strongest possible terms, blah, 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 blah. And they're not going to do anything about it, but...
Well, you wonder if they were tipped off ahead of time.
I bet they were.
I bet they were, too.
I bet they were, yeah.
Yeah, but you got to go out there and at least say, well,
sure.
we condemn this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. There's a lot more to get to, excuse me, on the Ukrainian refugee murder on that bus. You know, just the reaction to it and how the left is somehow trying to define it is just disgusting. Plus, we've got a round of What's Your Story straight ahead. The Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show. I'm Jamie Markley, the Gen Xer. David Van Camp, the Millennial. The Sexy Boomer, that's Scott Robbins. Okay, so on this woman that was murdered on the bus in Charlotte, North Carolina, by this guy that should never have been out on the street, I follow a guy on social media named Kaizen Saidu. He's a Harvard grad. He's a black man. And he speaks truth about media. That's one of the things he does. He has a degree in philosophy. He's built this career blending like personal development, media analysis, entertainment, and he is just, you know, a truth seeker, as they say. And a lot of times I'll listen to what he has to say on something because it makes a lot of sense. And I love the fact that he just tells the truth like this on this whole case.
Carlos is a black, homeless, 4-time felon who just left jail. I hate that I even need to mention their skin colors, but I do. Because if this had been a white man murdering a black woman, this would be nonstop national news. And yet, the New York Times hasn't reported on it. CNN hasn't reported on it. MSNBC hasn't reported on it. What do they all have in common?
By the way, this was yesterday, so maybe they have since, but when he put this video out, they had not. Okay.
They're all on the left. This is clearly newsworthy. It touches multiple third rails: race, immigration, Ukraine war, homelessness, and crime. So why aren't they reporting on it? Because there's a race-based double standard in the media. Now, make no mistake, right-wing media like Fox News and New York Post are biased too. And here's the thing, the media is overwhelmingly left-leaning. 30 to 60% of journalists are on the left. 5 to 7% are on the right. So we're all getting a skewed version of reality.
And he just goes on. It's pretty long, but I love the fact that one of the things he is trying to do is educate people on how media basically lies to them. And within that, he also has a message that I think is pretty good as he sort of...
Black-white race relations are worse than they were at the start of the century. But why should I, a black man, care? Because we all should. We're supposed to be ending racism, not flipping who gets to be racist. And if we don't correct this, many white people will become resentful, and they'll swing the pendulum back to black. We can't keep doing this. In the face of evil, we must let go of racial preferences and focus on principles. All decent people must say, I don't care what color they are. A person murdering another person in cold blood is evil. All humans must say, I don't care who started it. A boy stabbing another unarmed boy at a track meet is wrong.
Yep.
All mature adults must say, I don't care how mistreated you feel. A woman calling a child a racial slur is disgusting.
Yep.
In a race war to the bottom, no one wins. The division shouldn't be black versus white. It should be wrong versus right.
I like that.
The media profits from us being divided. But you don't have to play that game. That's why I built Clear Thinker. so you can see right through it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good stuff.
I think most people, maybe I'm too optimistic, but I really do. I think most people land there. Like, I don't care what color anybody is. It's about your actions. But it was crazy over the last 5 to 10 years when you say, I really try not to see color. Well, then you're racist.
Yeah.
That's what you're told.
Yeah, and the bias is a real thing. And you know,
my goodness,
the
yes.
thing I don't know, and when I first started in this business, long before you guys, before David was even born, there was 5 people in the newsroom, and I can sit there and tell you right now, I have no idea how they voted or where they. Maybe I wasn't as aware of it then. Maybe it existed, but I just wasn't aware of it. In your tenure, David, in newsrooms, I mean, was it blatant?
Yeah, not blatant. It was. The joke always was, and I think it still probably holds true today, is that you will know who the liberal is by what comes out of their mouths. You will know who the conservative is by who just doesn't engage. Because liberals are always out and proud, right? They'll go out and say anything. And I was coming up in the media world during the Bush administration, and so it was very obvious.
Yeah.
Because Bush was not a very well-liked person in his time. Especially by people on the left. And there were even some Republicans who were ready to move on from George W. Bush. And then with the election then of Barack Obama, you could definitely see who was very excited about it. And then again, the people who just kind of wanted to mind their own business and write news stories, those were the conservatives.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, I suppose it's always existed, just not as loud, I guess, and as obvious.
The other thing about race.
You had news directors that said, hey, you can't do that.
Yeah.
The other thing about race that won't get talked about with media is backlashes that are happening all the time that people that are living their regular lives see, but it's not talked about. Like in Chicago, when there would be so many different neighborhood meetings of black residents saying, we got to do something about the illegal aliens. They're taking up all the resources. What is going on? Mad at black leaders. You never heard media tell that story.
No. Very few.
Well, They don't talk about the backlash to the trans movement among especially like millennial and maybe a little bit older gay people.
No, they don't talk about that either.
There's a big rift there that
oh my gosh, yes,
is not talked about at all.
That is true. So in Chicago, I don't know if you've seen this, but now that you've got ICE cracking down, you have different libs out there with their whistles, and that's the way they're going to fight ICE. I don't know if you've heard this or not.
I'm looking at you like, are you insane? This is real.
I have some audio for you. Here you go. Okay, there's your whistle.
Because this is our #1 defense system against ICE. This is our community alert system. When ICE is in the area, we're going to be going, bree, 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 bree. And then when ICE actually stops and starts taking people, we're going to go, go to the whistle, form a crowd, get loud.
To make noise every Wednesday at 6 o'clock, wherever they are. Get a little group together, go out, have a sign, blow the whistle, and keep the whistle with you at all times.
Well, see, most people are like, all right, if people are breaking the law, they need to be held accountable.
Yes.
That's who ICE is going after first. Other people could get caught up in that.
I remember George Patton using that strategy in World War II. The Germans just blew a whistle. Yeah.
Did they communicate that with the gangbangers ahead of time, or are they just going, hey, what the hell's the whistling all about?
No idea. Don't know. But there was one woman that says, yes, we have to use these whistles and we have to stop ICE. She is a white woman. I know, shocking, that shows up at these. Yes.
If you see ICE thugs doing something, invading a school, a parking lot, a Home Depot, wherever, you need to get out your whistle and blow as hard as you can. What they're doing is illegal.
No, it's not.
It's Gestapo-like.
No.
And we have to stop it. We have to commit ourselves to stop it.
You need to commit yourself to some other things. Like
home.
Your own health. You didn't see the picture.
No.
You didn't see the video.
Yeah.
You got
her and Brisker going to the buffet.
They may want to get some extra steps in. That's all. I'm here to help, not to hurt. You know that. Okay, time to move on. We do it a couple of times a day. We go around the table. I think she goes around the table many times. But anyway, we go around the table. And it may not be the biggest story out there, but it caught your attention. David, today, what's your story?
Well, I saw this update from the infamous Coldplay Kiss Cam incident.
Yeah.
You know, the CEO of this tech company was busted having an affair with the company's head of HR at a Coldplay show.
Mm-hmm.
Now, HR lady's husband has publicly addressed it. And there's part of me, I mean, I feel really bad for that guy. But apparently they were already going through a divorce. And he's like, yeah, we had already made that decision that we were going to go our separate ways long before that video came out. I kind of feel bad for the lady, too, because she lost her job when the husband was like, yeah, this is over anyway.
Yeah, he doesn't care. You deal with her, dude. Fine, fine by me.
Handing off the baton.
Yeah, that's too
By the
much.
way, and that husband, that guy, the New York Post also talked to his ex-wife, because that wasn't his first marriage.
No, it wasn't. Yeah, he has 2 kids with the other woman.
And, man, she was just kind of like, and I'm paraphrasing, you kind of deserved each other. Basically.
Awesome.
Because he's not a good guy either. Oh, yeah, it is just a torrid story there.
Oh, my.
What do you got for what's your story, Scotty?
Over 1,000 Hollywood stars, directors, and workers, including Emma Stone and Mark Ruffalo, have signed a pledge to boycott Israel for their film institutions, according to the advocacy group by the name of 5 Workers for Palestine, or film workers, rather. Inspired by filmmakers united against apartheid and refusing to screen their films in South Africa during apartheid, they're going to use the same thing with Israel now. So their films will not be screened in Israel. They will not be in Israel, and they will not take place and being shot in Israel. So they're being done with it. So all those films that Mark Ruffalo's been in, crickets.
Well, he's in the Avengers
movies.
Yeah.
Okay. He's got the one film there. But he's not doing it anymore, and neither is
It was several.
Neither is Emma Stone. Neither is any of the rest of them. So
They're so unhappy in the United States. I don't know why. They could live anywhere. They got plenty of money.
Yeah.
You could pick wherever you want to go. That part
why don't they do what the others have done?
Which is?
And go to Ireland. Go to wherever.
There's only 2 I know of. It's Ellen and it's Rosie.
They should join them.
That's what I'm saying.
Plenty of room in their mansions for everybody. Yes.
Yes. Okay, my story actually happened to see in the New York Post. The headline caught my attention. Gen Z workers exhausted by urgent emails from boomers. And the Gen Z workers saying they have a superiority complex. You get into the story a little bit.
Okay, here we go.
Because we were just talking about Gen Z yesterday. They need more affirmation than other generations. So in the story, Gen Z employee launched this online debate about a workplace habit that has triggered an epidemic of eye rolls among workers of her generation. And it's the constant requests that are marked urgent from boomers. And this person, May Ryan, says most, if not all, of my urgent emails or corporate rush come from this older generation. I receive at least 30 emails a day with the subject line, urgent, please help. Whether it's consciously or subconsciously, I feel as though they have a superiority complex toward Gen Z younger millennials. They think themselves and their tasks, no matter how significant, are more important than anyone else's, therefore must be done immediately. And they're tired of it. They're exhausted.
Well, I want to know one thing. I mean, based on seniority, I would guess that most of the people who are the boomers marking urgent on their emails, they would be called bosses.
A lot of times, I'm guessing.
So
that would be it.
Yeah, your boss is going to want you to do work.
Yes. She went on to say, though, with the constant fires the older generation set up for us to extinguish, it's no wonder all we have the energy to do after clocking out is sit on the couch and turn on Netflix.
Shut up.
Being mentally drained feels physical.
Yeah.
I mean, boy, it's so soft. Oh, my goodness. And they also resist being called lazy. The older generation is stuck in the mindset that work is life, and no matter how miserable you are, as long as you keep pumping out numbers, you're doing great. It's not that my generation doesn't want to work. We just want to be able to still have energy left in our tank to experience life in the world outside of the 4 walls of the office. We've come to realize that is not life.
I'm I'm going to do that. I'm going to tell my 5 and almost 4-year-old when I get home, sorry, Daddy's just emotionally and mentally wiped. I'm not going to be able to take you to the playground today. That won't work.
Yeah, and this is the generation that doesn't want to have kids, right? Or at least the women don't. That could be the best thing that ever happens. So you realize it's not all about you, you self-consumed little brat.
Well, again, I mean, there was a guy in my neighborhood. He worked his 8 hours a day, and he would come home totally exhausted and lay down on the floor of his living room in the air conditioning because it was so hot. You know what he was called by my dad? A bum!
Even though he worked?
Yeah, he worked, but that's all he did. He didn't mow his yard, didn't do anything else.
Oh, he didn't even mow the yard.
Too exhausted when he got home.
To cut the grass?
Yeah, the old man's putting like a roof together and painting the house when he gets home. And,
The bum. That's great.
He's
All
a
right,
bum.
news update and Nimrods in the news. Straight ahead.
What are you doing every day to support your liver? If you enjoy sweets, fast food, alcohol, or take any medications, that's a vital question to ask. Hi, I'm Sherry Torkas, pharmacist and health author. For over 30 years, I've helped people make informed decisions about their health, especially concerning prevention and long-term wellness. Supporting your liver isn't just a wellness trend, it's a daily essential. That's why I recommend Active Liver by New Nordic. It's made with plant-based ingredients like milk thistle, turmeric, and globe artichoke, herbs clinically studied for their protective and restorative effects on the liver. Active Liver blends traditional herbal wisdom with modern scientific research. Not all supplements are created equal. I trust Active Liver because it's backed by science, meets strict quality standards, and delivers true daily liver support.
Protect your liver and give it the support that it deserves by making Active Liver from New Nordic part of your daily wellness routine. Find Active Liver in stores at your local CVS, Meijer Grocery, or online at Amazon or newnordicusa.com.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-859-3220. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-859-3220. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-859-3220. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-859-3220 or biglou.com.
The Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show. Jamie Markley, David Van Camp, Scott Robbins.
Sorry, Bear fans. Gosh dang. Football season is back. The Bears aren't, but football season is. And Prize Picks is here. You see, every day we make these decisions and choices. But anyway, on Prize Picks, you can get $50 instantly in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. It's that simple. Millions of users, billions of dollars in awards and in winnings. Prize Picks is the absolute best place to put your takes to the test. Plus, they got this cool app. Really simple to use. You just pick 2 or more players across any sport, and there's stat projections, more or less. And if you're right, you could win. Big time, too. Prize Picks, by the way, is also available in 40-plus states, including California, Texas, Florida, Georgia. Simple stats, user-friendly policies. Prize Picks is the fan-friendly app to make your picks. So get on that thing now. You'll get $50 in lineups just for playing. That's guaranteed. Prize Picks, it's good to be right. You got to be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
So AOC is fighting the oligarchy in style, David?
Oh, yeah. Well, we knew about the nice travel arrangements as far as getting, first class or private air travel with her and Bernie sandwiches as they go around the country saying they're fighting oligarchy. They took the show on the road. New York Post now has a report that, they didn't just have fancy flights. They shelled out $3,500 for one hotel room at a 5-star relaxation retreat in Las Vegas during the tour.
Unbelievable.
Oh, yeah.
These people are unbelievable.
They also, let's see, they went to a luxury hotel near Salt Lake City, Utah, that goes for about $3,400 a night.
What frauds, man.
They are frauds.
I feel like we already started Nimrods. We got to start it again.
When the going gets tough.
Damn it, this is too hard.
The dumb get dumber.
All right, Ian.
It's Nimrods in the News on the Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show.
I love the poorly educated.
All right. Well, I'll do the man that was arrested for DUI while driving a child-sized pink Barbie Jeep later. For this one, Washington State Patrol says that a suspect was found in a large kitchen refrigerator after he ran from police. Whew, that's chilly, and that's Nimrods in the News.
Jamie Markley, David Van Camp, and Scott Robbins.
We just become best friends. Yep.
Making sense of it all.
Now I get it.
And having some fun.
Lighten up, Francis.
This is the Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show.
The Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show. Jamie Markley, David Van Camp, Scott Robbins. Now, sometimes we'll debate on what the big story of the day is. Well, NBC had to pick.
New twist in the Jeffrey Epstein saga. House Democrats releasing a copy of a suggestive message President Trump allegedly sent the convicted sex offender on his 50th birthday.
We already knew that.
Yeah. But they released the picture, and that's a new twist.
Okay.
That is the number one story in America, according to them today.
Yes.
Yes.
Number one. Everything else is ICE raids in Chicago.
Yeah. Woman gets brutally murdered.
Yeah. Hamas.
Ukrainian refugee.
Israel. Nah.
No. It's this Epstein thing.
It's an artist rendering.
Yes. Yeah, and what was it? Axios, they had a story about it saying, it seems like now that a lot of that MAGA base that was upset with Trump before doesn't seem to care now.
About what?
No, the thing that ticked people off at the time was when Trump said, who's paying attention to that?
Right.
There's nothing to see. We're like, hold on a second. I wish the media would decide what it is. Are the MAGA people, they just follow Trump with everything and will do whatever he says? Or if people are ticked off to actually understand why at the time, and now that this is unfolded and the media thinks, okay, this is something, this is a way to go after Trump, that people don't see through that?
Yeah.
Well, they found a Bill Clinton letter.
Yeah, well,
yes.
Nobody knows what it says, though, because his handwriting is illegible.
Dude, did you notice that? Was he drunk when he wrote that? Yeah, I don't know. It's no awful. Idea. It looks like a 100-year-old man was trying to scrawl something.
Yeah. So that is out there. And yes, in Chicago, you've got ICE officers making arrests. Now, the National Guard is not there yet. So we're waiting to see how all this plays out. And I know the different outlets in Chicago are talking about, faith leaders are getting together and saying they're not asking for the National Guard to come in. And you're like, do you want the neighborhood safer or not?
Yeah.
When they're talking about more resources, what does that mean?
Well, you know what it means, throwing money at stuff. That's all it means.
But you've had cops that can't do their jobs there.
No, and did you see WGN actually had a piece about recidivism in the prison system where they are no longer tracking recidivism. They're no longer tracking somebody gets out of prison and whether or not they come back.
Unbelievable.
So, yeah, there are some problems there.
Man, oh, man. And Tom Homan is just saying ICE is sending a message. Okay? Just get it through your head.
ICE is sending a message to the whole world that there are consequences for entering the country illegally. There are consequences for being here illegally. And there are consequences, especially for being here illegally and committing crimes. So ICE is focusing on public safety threats. And I looked at the numbers this morning. 70% of everybody ICE arresting is a criminal. The other 30% are gang members who don't have criminal histories, national security threats.
Yeah. it's going to happen. It's not going to stop. And they're freaking out in Boston, all these different areas. Just wait till it happens in New York. By the way, Don Lemon went out on the streets of New York, and I know this was one of your favorite clips, Scott, and I think we got all the F-bombs out of it.
Oh, gosh.
As he's going up to people on the street, asking what they think.
That's what Don Lemon does now, by the way.
And he gets this guy that at first, like, who are you? And then he says who he is, and he's not impressed at all. I'll tell you that.
How you doing, sir? Can we talk to you? Where are you from? You live in New York?
Who are you?
Don Lemon.
Dude.
Thank you. So are you.
Yeah,
By the way, you're a bleeping idiot. That's
that
what he said. Yes.
Okay.
It was the F word. You're a bleeping idiot. Yeah.
Nice to say.
Except you've never heard anything I've had to say, and I've heard a whole bunch of what you.
I'm glad you watched me.
No, I don't.
Why?
But you just get clipped everywhere.
I know, but why don't you? You said you don't watch me, but yet you know who I am, and I get clipped.
Before I realized that CNN and MSNBC were full of once in a while, I'd
What do
see
you watch?
talking. I watch all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, but why do you say CNN and MSNBC are full of?
They lie.
How do? But about what? Be
Everything.
specific. What's everything?
Everything.
You're full bleep about everything.
Yeah. It's pretty clear.
Yeah. What else do you not get with that, Don? Thought that was pretty good. By the way, Don did see a person that was a native Chicagoan talking about what's going on in Chicago.
Oh, okay.
Don was not getting the answers he was wanting on the streets of New York, I can tell you.
I'm from Chicago originally, and I do support that. Chicago is a war zone. I really am in favor of what he's doing in D.C. with it. How can you be more BLM than saving their lives?
But you know that crime is down already.
Yeah, but you also know that it's high. I mean, carjacking, even the mayor said carjacking went down 86%. Come on.
Yeah. Crime may be down, but it's still high. So that whole line from the media, well, the crime numbers are actually down, I don't think is resonating with people the way it used to.
Well, no, they have to live in it. They know better.
Well, it's the same reason, we were being told that the Biden economy was red hot. It was on fire. And it's just vibes that people are down on the economy. No, it's because they were living it. And then it's like you flash forward and you get the report out today that they revised down by 900,000 jobs.
Unreal.
It's unbelievable.
Don Lemon also talked to a woman about just preventing crime and, National Guard.
Yeah.
Just not getting the answers he wanted.
You think we need the National Guard on the streets here?
What?
National Guard on the streets to help with crime.
Maybe more.
You think National Guard or just more police?
More police.
What about armed military?
I think it's good. If we are going to be safe.
You're all for it.
Yes.
Yes, I'm all for it. Bring it on.
Now, is his mind blown because of the world he lives in, Don Lemon?
It seems
that
like
he
it.
just can't wrap his head around the fact that people are actually for this.
Yes.
It's the
That's
world,
what it seems
the
like
world,
to
the
me.
gated community Don lives in.
Yes.
Yeah.
Man, oh man. But you have, these people that are out protesting, saying this is illegal, it's not constitutional, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
And on it goes. By the way, as far as safety, did you see the thing that was being shared all over social media? This woman in New York City that's just tired of being harassed. It's like she was like exasperated. I would say maybe early 30s, mid 30s, maybe. Yeah. White lady. And she just starts recording herself.
I don't even know what to say at this point. I had to get off the train, past my stop, because there was a guy who was following me from car to car.
By the way, I don't think there's any swearing in this, David.
David,
just in case.
Hands on the button.
Yeah. All right, just in case.
And when I tried to get off at my stop, which was pitch dark, he held it open to see if I was going to get off. So I had to get off the stop after. And then when I got off the stop after, I hopped on the next train that was going the other direction. And I got on an express train. And now I'm back on the other side of the tracks. Hold on. New York City is not safe. It's not safe for women. Okay? I am so sick and tired of having to look over my shoulder 24/7, not just at night, during the day, at all hours. I'm sick and tired of it.
Oh, just wait until the communist wins the mayoral race.
Well, but crime is down, especially on the subway.
Yeah.
Tell her that.
Yeah.
And it's a small percentage of women who are followed by creeps on a subway.
Yeah.
You know, small, 2%.
Yeah. Yeah, that's something, man. By the way, there's a gang database that Mamdani wants to get rid of?
Yeah, this has been talked about for a while now, especially during the Summer of Love under that idiot Bill de Blasio in New York.
Oh, yeah.
The communist running to be the next mayor of New York City is trying to run away from his past insane stances, but he's clawing back to him. He can't help himself. During this interview with Columbia's journalism school, he was asked about the NYPD's gang database, where they keep track of gang members. And just for the numbers here, over a quarter of the people in this database are convicted felons. 45% have firearms-related arrests. A third have a rap sheet with 20-plus arrests. And another third are either shooters or shooting suspects. Only 1% have no recorded arrest.
Wow.
And he says, yeah, we got to do away with it.
Okay.
Yeah. The vast dragnet has meant the inclusion of New Yorkers on the basis of whether they go out late, photos they put on social media, so much of the facts of life of being a young New Yorker. And yet it then becomes a mark of suspicion. There's no question that we have to take gangs.
Sorry, you're up to some nefarious stuff and you put it on social media. That might be a clue. You're doing some stuff you shouldn't be doing.
Yeah, probably.
No, that's just boys being boys, man.
Okay, yeah, I got it. All right.
Gangs extremely seriously. And yet I find that a database that includes New Yorkers on such bases is one that doesn't actually do exactly that.
Interesting.
And what did Trump say about it?
Oh, well, Trump called into WABC this morning in New York and was asked about the state of the New York City mayoral race. So you got communist Zoran Mamdani leading. The rumor was that the Trump administration had offered the current mayor, Eric Adams, and Republican candidate Curtis Sliwa a job in order to sort of clear the field for gulp Andrew Cuomo. Because at least Andrew Cuomo, he's left, he's a Democrat, but at least he's not a communist. And Trump says, well, we haven't really worked out a deal like that, but he went on.
Okay.
No, I have not spoken to Eric about that. And, again, don't know him well. He is a Democrat. He hasn't come to us about that. And I guess he's running. I read something in a very good newspaper called the New York Post. It really is a very good, run by a very talented guy, actually. But I read where he has no intention of getting out. Again, Curtis, I don't know him at all. And Cuomo, I do know. But I would say this, anybody is better than what you have. We're going to have a communist mayor in New York. How about that one?
Yeah.
That's I love the way he does things. How about that one? Like
Yes.
you sit back and you look at the field and you feel the same way. It's like, yeah, how about that? What is going on, man?
That is insane.
Can this be true? Yes.
Yeah, could be. Did you see the whole poll that was done? And capitalism is viewed as the lowest it's ever been in the new Gallup survey. Yeah. Because you have a whole lot of people saying, yes, we need to do away with capitalism. It's evil. Yeah. The indoctrination's been going on for years. Yeah, we'll dive into some of those numbers. It's it's a bit spooky, man. And we got the 5 stories we're watching today. Straight ahead.
Pure opportunity. It's what Michigan is all about. The opportunity to do more. The opportunity to connect with the best talent. The opportunity for people of all backgrounds to grow and expand their business. The opportunity to live and work in a state where paychecks go further. The opportunity is now, and it's right here in Michigan. Visit MichiganBusiness.org to discover all the ways the Michigan Economic Development Corporation can help your business thrive.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Football season is back on Prize Picks. Every day we make choices, but on Prize Picks, being right can get you paid. So kick off the season right by getting $50 instantly in lineups when you play your first $5. Just use the code MVCR on the Prize Picks app. With millions of users and billions of dollars awarded in winnings, Prize Picks is the best place to put your takes to the test. Plus, the app is really simple to use. You just pick 2 or more players across any sport, pick more or less on their projections, and if you're right, you could win big. With simple stats and user-friendly policies, Prize Picks is the most fan-friendly app to make your picks. All transactions on the app are fast, safe, and secure. Don't miss any of the action this season on Prize Picks. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use code MVCR, $50 instantly in lineups when you play your first $5. That's code MVCR on Prize Picks, $50 instantly in lineups when you play your first $5. Win or lose, you'll get $50 in lineups just for playing, guaranteed. Prize Picks, it's good to be right.
The Markley Van Camp and Robbins Show. Jamie Markley, David Van Camp, Scott Robbins. And now the 5 stories we're watching today.
1, 2, 3, 4, All right, number 5. Just a couple days ago, President Trump told Hamas, hey, make a deal to release the hostages. This is your final warning. Didn't really know explicitly what that would entail, but Israel.
I would bomb the shit out of
Well,
it.
Israel did. Yeah, bombed Hamas in Qatar. And, of course, the leadership in Qatar came out and said, oh, well, we condemn these actions. However, apparently they knew it was coming. That's now being reported officially that Israel let the United States know what was going on. The United States told Qatar what was going on, and everybody was like, all right, we'll just sort of mind our own business here.
Qatar's kind of just, they sit in the middle and just don't really take sides.
In the end, it's about money. It's about
influence. They're just like, you know.
But they'll make the statement, this was cowardly.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, wink, wink.
Then they'll go, but we understand.
Yeah. Number 4, House Oversight Committee Chairman James Comer declared that pardons and executive orders issued by former President Joe Biden using the auto pen during his final weeks might easily be made null and void by the courts. I don't know if you saw some of the talking points that came out yesterday.
It's wild.
After Joe Biden was announcing mass clemency, like thousands of people were getting it. Apparently the goal was to flood the zone as much as possible because they knew the Hunter Biden pardon was coming. They're like, all right, let's just try to get as many pardons out there as possible to make it look like, hey, man, Joe's just trying to do what's best for America.
The Trump having the auto pen portrait is one of the best stories of the last week.
The greatest troll of the year
Very
so
good.
far.
Yeah. Number 3, the trial has begun for Ryan Routh, the man who tried to assassinate Trump on the campaign trail last year. This was the second known assassination attempt against the now president. Routh is representing himself and wanted to ask potential jurors during jury selection whether or not they would move a turtle out of the road. He's making a mockery out of the entire process because he knows he's cooked.
He's with the strippers too, right?
Yeah, he's caught dead to rights. I mean, he knows he's getting convicted. He's just kind of going YOLO here on this one. Number 2, the National Assessment of Educational Progress, known as the Nation's Report Card, shows that they put out scores, and they found that reading scores for high school seniors have hit a new low. Just 35% of 12th graders were at or above the proficiency level.
Yeah, things need to change.
Right. It's wild.
You need more funding, obviously.
Well, yeah, sure. That's what they say, at least.
That's what they always say.
I know.
And then number 1, the Bureau of Labor Statistics came out with a new jobs data revision, and it's the biggest in history. Between April of 2024 and this past March, they overestimated the number of jobs created by about 911,000. That means that there were basically no job creation, or there was basically no job creation in the last year of the Biden administration, and then you couple that with the 800 whatever thousand downward revision from last August. and again, the vibes were right. The data were wrong.
Jeez,
there was not economic progress made under the Biden administration. We all knew it.
Yes.
But they just lied. And I don't know if BLS cooked the books. I tend to think they did, but we'll see. In the end, we will find out. Those are the top 5 stories that we are watching today. If you want to lose meaningful weight at a healthy pace and keep it off, add lean to your diet and exercise lifestyle. Get 20% off when you enter code MVCR at takelean.com. That's code MVCR at takelean.com.
It's a conversation online. What is the most expensive thing you've seen someone buy and then basically never use? A lot of people were mentioning a motorhome, RV, or camper.
Yeah.
I've heard that, yeah.
Other people were saying just collecting stuff for hobbies. Somebody said a boat. Most of the people I know that got a boat, though, use the boat.
Yeah, for a while anyway.
But you know people that's like...
Yeah, they've
happiest days when you bought the boat, the second happiest when you sold it.
the boat, yeah.
Yeah. This is the Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins show. My dad loves his boat.
Yeah,
a lot of people love boats, yeah.
I think it depends on how close you live to the source of water that you're using the boat on.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew somebody who lived in Houston who had a boat in Galveston, and it was exciting for a little while, but also didn't want to drive an hour to go, maintain the boat, all of that kind of stuff, and he wound up selling it.
Yeah. Some people mentioned pricey accessories, a commercial-grade deli slicer.
See, I would use the hell out of that, man.
You'll say you think you will, but you won't. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know if you happen to see this. Gen Z men and women divided over getting married. Also, Gen Z women can't stand Trump. And Americans don't like capitalism. I have the answer to the problem next.
Oh.
The Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show. I'm Jamie Markley, the Gen Xer. David Van Camp, the Millennial. The Sexy Boomer, that's Scott Robbins. Okay, so earlier, David, you were talking about Zoran Mamdani could be the first Democratic Socialist.
Yes.
Yeah, get it right.
Mayor of New York.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Bernie Sandwiches, he's out there, saying, what's wrong? Are you people afraid of him?
What are these people, these oligarchs, afraid of? Seems to be a nice guy. Dresses very nice. Beautiful smile. They're afraid of Mr. Mamdani becoming an example to what can happen all over this country.
No.
Yes, that's exactly it.
I was just going to say, he's on to something there.
See, we already have examples of what happens when coddled radicals like Zoran Mamdani take power anywhere.
Yeah.
We know what happens, but I guess true mass starvation has never been tried.
Well, Americans give capitalism its lowest ever rating in new Gallup survey. Did you see that story? Wow. Perceptions of socialism, currently 39% positive, have not changed significantly since polling began in 2010. Okay, really? Because we're getting closer and closer to electing socialists.
Yeah.
And as far as Democrats, the number's way higher than what it used to be.
Wow, is that a really, really depressing figure?
It was almost 10 years ago. You were still in the hospital, Scott. I remember when David and I saw the numbers, and at that time it was millennials had a more positive view of socialism than capitalism.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh, what does that mean for the future? And again, it's a bunch of people thinking, well, socialism just hasn't been tried the right way because that's what they learned in school.
Yes.
They didn't learn the realities. So you have that going on. And then you have Gen Z women have the most unfavorable view of Trump, where Gen Z men, pretty positive. And then another poll, Gen Z men and women, you talked about this yesterday, David, divided over getting married and having kids.
Mm-hmm.
That young males, they want to have a family.
Yeah, that how they would define a successful life would be having a family, getting married, having kids, owning a home, things like that. And liberal women in particular, and liberal men not too far behind, but liberal women, that was like the lowest priority in terms of what it would mean to have a successful life.
And you know what happens when the birth rate goes down? It's like end of society.
Well,
It's like
yeah,
it's a
I mean,
terrible
because
thing.
Everything you're on the hook for, you can't pay for. So that's a problem. And back to the education thing, is I think that's where it is. I can remember in 1980 when the U.S. played Russia in the gold medal hockey game.
Mm-hmm.
And Russians were referred to as like godless commies then.
Yes.
You know, I mean, there was this national absolute detestment for all things communist.
Mm-hmm.
There was nobody going, well, you know, it just hasn't been tried right. And if it's tried right, it'll be, you know, it wasn't happening.
Well, the far left has taken
1980.
over a lot of institutions.
Yeah, that was it. But that's way, way back in 8. I mean, you know, that doesn't seem like that long ago, but man.
Well, I'm not here to just complain about how we got here. I've got a
No.
solution.
Okay, I want to hear what it is.
All right. We start recruiting single women between the ages of 18 and 32 from all these countries like Cuba, Venezuela to say, hey, you want to have kids? You want to have, you know, this great life? You can't do it where you're living now. You might as well come to the United States. Come on in. I mean, think about when you had all of the left, okay, when we were bringing in plane loads of illegal immigrants, and people saying, hey, this is the Statue of Liberty, huh? We're welcoming people. Now, at the same time, we've got free tickets for any of you young ladies that hate this capitalism thing and would like socialism. There are places you can go, and we'll help you out with that.
Going to go swap out then?
I'd love.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think it's 1-for-1 trades.
And you can go with a group of friends. All your friends, you kind of think the same. You can go do that. And for these young guys that want to have families, because you asked the question yesterday, Scott, what are the guys going to do?
I don't know. Now you know. You've given me an answer. Marry a Venezuelan woman.
Could be Romania, you know, Brazil,
yeah,
the EU. I mean, you know what's going on there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we got to turn the whole thing around.
Yeah,
I think they would like what America has to offer.
The problem, though, is that you also run the risk of importing more communists.
Oh, no. Well, they're vetted, David. We're not just they're vetted.
Strongly vetted, yes.
Absolutely.
Do you like air
First,
conditioning?
yes.
Question 1.
Yes, right.
Yes. And then
3 meals a day.
And think about all of the liberal women right now that would be out of their minds if you import all these women into the United States. The shrieking that would happen. And all of a sudden, they start talking about deportations. And now it's the guys out there with pickets. Don't take them away. Leave the women here.
The one way to get liberal women to be in favor of mass deportations is if you have an illegal alien steal Travis Kelce away from Taylor Swift. Then they will be like, deport them all.
Well, it's the whole thing of you would have someone that really appreciated being in the United States.
And we would have a generation that would truly be a melting pot then at that point.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if your mom ever warned you about dating an entitled young lady, because then you'd be in for it. You wanted to date a young lady that would be very appreciative.
Yeah.
The entitled ones, especially ones that also deem themselves intellectual, oh, what a freaking nightmare. Oh, buddy.
Man.
What?
Long engagement periods. You gotta root
Especially
that.
today.
Yeah, you got to root that out, man.
Oh, my gosh.
Holy cow.
See, just an idea guy. What can I tell you?
Well, I see them all holding signs, and I'm like, how? Man, what dude is going, yes, I want in on that?
A guy desperate that doesn't want to be deported.
I guess.
That's about
That'd
it.
be about it.
That's their
Yeah.
last hope.
Those types of women are the reason why men actually die sooner than women. They want it over with.
Yeah, please. Anything.
The sweet relief of death.
Here's a liberal woman in Chicago with a message to Stephen Miller of the Trump administration. You know, this is a whole, protest against ICE. Check this out.
I don't know if I'm allowed to say it. You, Stephen Miller. Really. He planned it, he orchestrated it, because he knows nobody does it like Chicago for Mexican Independence Day.
Apparently, talking about ICE and this operation around Mexican Independence Day that they celebrate in Chicago. Yeah. Think about that for a second. Yeah. How hilarious is that?
Yeah.
You're free to go back if you want.
Right.
It's their Independence Day. You could celebrate it there if you want. But no, very mad at Stephen Miller.
Nobody does it like here. We show pride, we show love in our community, and for them to purposely plan it, our festivities here were canceled, festivities in Waukegan were canceled.
Yeah, and we have pride in our community. We have pride in our country. We just don't want to live there.
Right. Love it, yeah.
Do they do 4th of July parades in Mexico?
Not that I'm aware of.
Oh, I don't know. Andres from Mexico City. Andres,
I'm just curious.
You ever go to the 4th of July celebration in Mexico City?
Yeah, I'd be curious
get an
to
answer
know.
on that.
Yeah, we can't hear him right now, but we'll get it, yeah.
Yeah, appreciate that.
I would be curious to know.
The answer is no with five O's.
That's what I thought.
All right, it's that time. We do it a couple of times a day. We go around the table. It may not be the biggest story out there, but it caught your attention. David, what's your story here?
Well, the New York Times has decided to cover the murder of Irina Zarutsa, the Ukrainian refugee who was murdered by a schizophrenic thug in Charlotte, North Carolina. They released...
Okay, before we get to the angle, because I know there's an angle. Yeah. Do we want to predict the angle? All I can go with is Republicans pounce.
Well, that's part of it.
Mental health crisis.
Yeah. Not enough money for something.
Okay, what's the angle?
Well, so I'll read you the headline here. North Carolina ignites a firestorm on the right. Yes.
Firestorm.
It should be a firestorm with everybody.
Yeah, security footage capturing the unprovoked stabbing in Charlotte became an accelerant for conservative arguments about the perceived failings of Democrat policies.
Perceived.
But here's an angle I did not see coming. And they're decrying the spread of the video. And there is extended video now showing her after she's been stabbed where she's trying to process what happened to her. And, I mean, she winds up bleeding out on the train. That part has not been released. But, yeah, it's so sad. But if you're sharing any of these videos or any of these still images, the New York Times wants you to know something.
What's that?
In North Carolina, as in other southern states, newspapers in the Jim Crow era often egregiously exaggerated stories about black criminality. Among other things, such stories served as a precursor to a white supremacist uprising in Wilmington, North Carolina in 1898, which killed at least 60 black men. Okay,
so if you share the photos, you are, in fact, racist
and pro-lynching. Is what the New York Times said.
Wow.
The New York Times says if you're sharing this story, if you're talking about this story, you are getting the lynch party together.
Wow.
I've seen the video.
Yes.
It's not like somebody told me this story that wasn't true and I was to believe it. I've seen it.
Yeah, and if that dude that did that gets put to death, if that makes me whatever you want to call me whatever. There's a lot of people that would be fine. I'm not going to bat an eye.
Nope.
If all of a sudden they said, yep, threat to the society. See ya.
Sleep just fine, thank you. Yep.
These people are the worst,
They're
man.
the worst, yeah.
All right, Scotty, what do you got for what's your story?
This is kind of interesting. I just think it's one of those weird stories. That I thought about this because a lot of people, so many people, you know them, I know them, David knows them. We know people in our lives who play fantasy football or in fantasy football leagues.
Sure.
It's wildly popular.
Yes.
And it continues to be that way. Mm-hmm. So a guy decided, I'm going to have ChatGPT pick my team and see what happens.
Okay.
Week 1. He's a winner. Big winner. 137.92 to his opponents, 121.42. He said, I'm going to let this thing roll. I'll keep you updated. But right now, my ChatGPT team is leading the league.
Wow.
And I wonder if they're going to all of a sudden, like a bunch of these guys will get together and go, hey, you can't use ChatGPT, okay?
How do you police it?
Now, I know that's just it, right? I don't know.
That is a great question.
I never thought of using ChatGPT to pick my fantasy baseball team, but perhaps I should.
You know what? I'm going to scratch the story I was going to do, and I'm going to do a different story. I'm going to do a story that's now 10 years old. Scott Robbins and I had a fantasy baseball team together. It was for 1 year.
Yeah.
And Scott was telling me going into it, because he had had some success in fantasy baseball, I'm telling you right now, we're going to wreck this league. These guys, they don't have quite the sophistication I do when it comes to picking. And I'm buying in. Mm-hmm. I'm like, okay, dude, we're in. It was an utter failure. So the following year, I'm like, nah, man, you're on your own. You know, I don't want you and I to be fighting about fantasy baseball. You can run the league. And you were having just a terrible time with it, a terrible run. Well, then in late August, around the 24th, you had those back-to-back heart attacks, and you were out of commission.
Yes.
The craziest part was when you could not do anything with the lineup.
Static, right? Yeah.
Just set it, you know, with the commissioner of the league, like said, okay, no one injured, just set it, and you could not monkey with it at all. You went on a streak of wins.
Yes.
To put you in the running for the finals while you were in a coma.
Yes.
It was one of the most astounding things I've ever seen.
If memory serves, he won.
Yes, he won. I think the second half.
We got money.
You got money for it. When you were in a coma.
Yeah. I was mentally moving those players around.
Had not planned on that story, man. I forgot about that until you just
totally
brought that
true.
up. Made me think about it. Yeah, that is fantastic. All right. Oh, there are some news updates out there to get to, and Nimrod's in the news. It's the pink Barbie Jeep coming up.
Pure opportunity. It's what Michigan is all about. The opportunity to do more. The opportunity to connect with the best talent. The opportunity for people of all backgrounds to grow and expand their business. The opportunity to live and work in a state where paychecks go further. The opportunity is now, and it's right here in Michigan. Visit MichiganBusiness.org to discover all the ways the Michigan Economic Development Corporation can help your business thrive.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
What are you doing every day to support your liver? If you enjoy sweets, fast food, alcohol, or take any medications, that's a vital question to ask. Hi, I'm Sherry Torkas, pharmacist and health author. For over 30 years, I've helped people make informed decisions about their health, especially concerning prevention and long-term wellness. Supporting your liver isn't just a wellness trend, it's a daily essential. That's why I recommend Active Liver by New Nordic. It's made with plant-based ingredients like milk thistle, turmeric, and globe artichoke, herbs clinically studied for their protective and restorative effects on the liver. Active Liver blends traditional herbal wisdom with modern scientific research. Not all supplements are created equal. I trust Active Liver because it's backed by science, meets strict quality standards, and delivers true daily liver support.
Protect your liver and give it the support that it deserves by making Active Liver from New Nordic part of your daily wellness routine. Find Active Liver in stores at your local CVS, Meijer Grocery, or online at Amazon or NewNordicUSA.com.
Yes, there are always a lot of fad diets going around, and that's a problem because you'll lose weight, then gain it back, and so on. It's called weight cycling. When you lose 10 or so pounds, but then you put the pounds back, plus a couple more. And that can put tremendous strain on your organs and lead to serious health issues. And if you do it enough, you're at risk of diabetes, liver damage, heart attack, and stroke.
Yeah, bottom line, most people need help to stop weight cycling, and there's a great way to get that done. Non-prescription lean was created by doctors. Lean is an oral supplement, not a GLP-1, not one of those injectables, and the science works. Its ingredients also target weight loss in 3 powerful ways.
Yeah, lean helps you maintain your blood sugar. It also helps control appetite and cravings, and it helps burn fat by converting that to energy. So burning fat helps keep the weight off. You get that, right? So if you want to lose meaningful weight at a healthy pace and keep it off, add lean to your diet and exercise. And right now, get 20% off when you enter MVCR at takelean.com. That's code MVCR at takelean.com.
News update, David Van Camp.
Qatar is saying that one member of their security services was killed in the attack launched by Israel. against Hamas leadership. So, yeah, they were, I mean, not really much of a surprise that they would be providing security for Hamas leadership, considering Hamas leadership, no matter where they are marked for death.
Yeah.
By Israel.
But they still knew it was coming.
Yes. It's very interesting.
Very much so. All right, we got to get to Nimrods. This is a doozy.
When the going gets tough.
Damn it, this is too hard.
The dumb get dumber.
All right, Ian.
It's Nimrods in the News on the Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show.
I love the poorly educated.
All right. Nimrods in the News, we go to Canada. A guy named Casper Lincoln. What a name, huh? Was caught driving through town last weekend in a child-sized pink Barbie Jeep. He was also wearing aviator glasses. Looking cool, styling while he was doing it. He said, I was just being lazy. I decided to take the Jeep out on a Slurpee run while a friend walked alongside him. He says, I just drove on the sidewalk mostly, but I did drive on the side of the road too. That's what got him in trouble because a cop pulled him over, noticed some real violations. He had a suspended license. Mm-hmm. He also had a blood alcohol level above the legal limit.
What the hell you say?
So he was arrested for DUI on the Barbie Jeep.
Really?
Yes, because he was on the road and was prohibited from driving for 90 days in addition to whatever's happening with his suspended license.
But he wasn't driving a real car.
That's the thing. In Canada, that is considered a vehicle, even though it only goes 5 miles an hour. Which is just so Canada, isn't it? Yeah. So, yes, arrested for DUI on the Barbie Jeep, and that's Nimrods in the News.
Jamie Markley, David Van Camp, and Scott Robbins.
We just become best friends. Yep.
Making sense of it all.
Now I get it.
And having some fun.
Lighten up, Francis.
This is the Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show.
The Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show. Jamie Markley, David Van Camp, Scott Robbins. Thank you for being here. Caroline Levitt, press secretary, taking questions today at the press briefing. I haven't heard all this, but she was talking about as far as illegal alien crossings.
New preliminary data released today by Customs and Border Protection in August shows that President Trump has delivered the most secure border in American history. For the 4th straight month, 0 illegal aliens were released into the United States by CBP. Nationwide encounters are down 93%, below the peak of the Biden administration. Border Patrol apprehensions on the southwest border in the entire month of August were less than what was apprehended in 4 days in August 2024 under the Biden administration. President Trump has ended disastrous Biden illegal alien invasion, and he sealed our border in record time, keeping this central promise he made to the American public.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, you just need Congress to act.
Yep. What happened under Biden was always a choice, and that gets proven every single month.
Always said it's by design. It was on purpose. A lot of people thought you were crazy when you said that 3-4 years ago.
Well, why else would they be doing it? I mean, what else?
What
else
is
there?
A broken immigration system.
Well, yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. No, it just takes will.
But
That's
you knew it was happening on purpose. No one was trying to stop it. I mean, it was ridiculous what was going on.
Well, and then they gave away part of the game when you were talking about, well, we're going to have mass deportations. Well, hold on a second, but who's going to build the houses?
Yeah.
Who's going to pick the crops?
Right.
And who's going to have our babies? That
Exactly.
was another one that several Democrats, including Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, said, hey, we need these people to come in to serve as basically human incubators to restock the pond in America, basically. And it's like what you just described. I mean, liberals love to scream Handmaid's Tale at every single opportunity. That's actually Handmaid's Tale.
Yes.
Have our babies.
And now you have ICE going into different sanctuary cities, which for years, some of us just try to look at things with common sense and say, how is that even possible? How can you shield people? They've broken the law. And that's basically what ICE is saying. Yeah, we're going into these sanctuary cities, and the people that have been running those cities for decades are crying foul. No, it's the law, for crying out loud. You had a clip of Tom Homan talking about disappearing people.
Oh, dude, he was on fire during this interview on Morning Joe today on MSNBC. So he shows up on the show, and here's one moment as Mika Brzezinski is saying, "What, you're disappearing people?"
Oh, God.
Oh, my gosh.
I'd love some transparency as to why a lot of these people have been disappeared. You say you have data. We would love to see it. The American people should see this data.
Well, here's the rhetoric again, right? You just meant disappeared. That is a ridiculous thing to say.
Why?
Because ICE is doing the same thing we've done for decades. But because of the last 4 years, ICE wasn't allowed to enforce the law. But we're doing the same thing right now that we did when I started back in 1984. ICE agents are enforcing the laws enacted by Congress. They're appropriated funding to enforce these laws. If you don't like what ICE is doing, then go protest Congress. However, to say we disappeared people, no. We're arresting people that are in the country illegally and are public safety threat. We know exactly who we're going to arrest when we go look for them. We have a case file in front of us. We have all those facts. This is not disappearing people. This is a planned, targeted enforcement operation that we're doing.
Oh my gosh.
And comments like you just made is one of the reasons why these men and women are under threat every day. Not just the men and women in ICE, but their spouses and their children. They're not disappearing people. They're enforcing the law. And the data proves that 70% of these people are criminals.
Could we see that data?
Absolutely. I have no problem sharing any data from it. I read it every morning.
You can find data at ice.gov. I don't know. I know there have been some cuts to MSNBC, so I don't know if they don't have the internet anymore or not sure.
She was spelling it EYE.
Oh, yeah.
With a C at the end of it, yeah.
Did she just have more work done, or was that like a bad shot she got? It looks like somebody's just pulling the skin back from her forehead. Like the one eye is higher than the other, it looks like.
It's a little botched, was it?
Seriously, am I the only one that noticed it? Did you notice it, David?
Make my face look like my name. Yes. Brzezinski.
Did you notice it?
Her favorite artist is Picasso.
Okay. Maybe it was just me. I don't know. It could be.
Yeah, I guess the app is not working as well as the Biden administration wanted it to, because they were going to tell you when your court date was up, right, on the app?
Yeah, because everyone's going to show up.
Then you go to court.
An absolute joke.
Yeah, on the app. Yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, Trump has talked about what happened in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Yeah, he called into WABC in New York this morning, was talking about the crime issue, specifically the young Ukrainian refugee who was murdered. I mean, just totally unprovoked attack from this schizophrenic career criminal on the train in Charlotte.
Oh, man. It is so
sad. Well, when you look at the thing that happened in Charlotte yesterday with that wonderful, beautiful girl to get just hacked up like that by this horrible person, and you just see the ideology, and you don't even read too much about that one. You don't see it. That was just unbelievable. So you see what's happening. No, we're going to have law and order. Washington D.C. is now one of the safest places in the world. Okay, it went from being top of the line, bad, unsafe, crime riddled, and nobody wanted to go out. Now everybody's going out to eat. It's a safe. You call it a safe haven. It's a safe city.
Yeah. They don't want it in other places, apparently.
Yeah.
Not if Trump's going to get credit.
Very pro-murder.
Yes.
It is strange when, at any cost, you can't have it appear to be, well, Trump did something good here, that you would rather people in your city die.
Yeah. Yes.
I mean, people can say, well, that's really not what people are thinking when it comes to that. But seriously, if you're having that conversation, how else do you look at it? You know that if you had a bigger police presence, if you had the National Guard there, the murders are going to go down.
Yes.
Whether it's Charlotte, who's had records over the last couple of years, or Chicago. You saw it happen in D.C. But they're so married to the whole ideology of hate Trump and oppose Trump no matter what it is.
And hate police.
You know what really gives everything away to me is, what was it, last week that Muriel Bowser, the mayor of Washington, D.C., came out and said, yeah, okay, this was good. That we did this. And then she's issuing the executive order that says we're going to invite federal authorities to be around and help with policing for as long as they want to be there.
Mm-hmm.
And yet she's not getting any television time.
No.
But you got J.B. Pritzker, the governor of Illinois, on television. It seems like every other day. You've got Gavin Newsom on television every other day. You've got Maura Healey, the governor of Massachusetts, on television. And they're all united in saying, we don't want help from Donald Trump. And they refuse to play the other side in mainstream media. They will not. They don't want to talk to Muriel Bowser because then the entire narrative evaporates instantly.
Yes. I think that was Scott Jennings' point on CNN, basically saying he knew who the leader of the Democratic Party was. Have you heard this take?
No, not yet.
Oh, yeah. I'll play this and see what you think.
For the foreseeable future, the person who's running the Democratic Party now is going to be running it. That's Donald Trump. I mean, the only thing they know how to do is be against whatever he is for. And so there is no leader of the party except for Trump. The beating heart of the Democratic Party is if Trump is for it, we're against it, and you throw a little socialism on the side.
Yeah. It's so true.
Well, yeah, I mean, we said that. I mean, that's what it is. I mean, if Trump really wanted to play games, I mean, with them, he could throw something that they love, and if he was for it and pushed for it, then they'd be against it. You could play that game.
Yes.
I mean, it's
it's
really something.
Dude, they would be demanding tighter controls over abortion if Trump came out and said, we are going to double the number of Planned Parenthood clinics on the south side of Chicago.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
They'd be like, no, what?
No, we can't do that. No, right. Just play that game. You could play that game. He could do it forever.
Oh, gosh.
Because they're right. They don't stand for anything. What are they for? Ask them what they're for. They don't know.
Well, and
I know what they're against.
And you're talking about, really, socialism.
Yeah. I mean, if you're for
when
that.
You're talking about talking points from Donnie in New York and all of that stuff. Did you guys hear about the drunk baby raccoon? Sounds like a joke.
I did.
You did hear about this?
I did hear about this.
Did you hear about it, Dave?
I have not.
Okay. So this is Kentucky, and it's fermented peaches in a dumpster from this moonshine distillery ended up getting eaten by this baby raccoon. And apparently the raccoon was what is known as dangerously drunk. Not just drunk, dangerously drunk. But a nurse by the name of Misty Combs was nearby and able to give the raccoon CPR to save its life.
Yeah.
What?
And Misty talked about this.
So our health department is right beside of Kentucky Miss Moonshine. They had put some fermented peaches in their dumpster, and I guess the two baby raccoons had got into the dumpster and they were stuck. Everybody that was around was like, it's dead. I mean, it's just not going to make it. Immediately, I just started doing CPR on it. I was tickled to death that it was able to join its mom again. That poor little raccoon, I hope it stays out of the dumpster.
She loves raccoons a lot more than I ever would.
Yeah, I know.
That's something. Yeah, to pull it out of there and then give it CPR.
Yeah, no thanks. Sorry, bud.
How are you doing that?
I had one in a dumpster. I tried to beat it with a golf club once.
Oh, he was hissing at you.
Oh,
you
yeah.
were scared to death.
Well, hell yeah, I would.
You were jumping.
You would have been too. It's called animal control. That come get him. I don't want any part of this guy.
Oh my gosh. Okay, a couple of news updates and the 5 stories we're watching today. Straight ahead. Summer's over, but those lingering effects of backyard barbecues may have your liver continuing to work overtime. And the holidays are right around the corner. That means turkey dinners, pies, and all sorts of other stuff that's taxing on the body. That's why now is the perfect time to develop a healthy new habit that will get your liver back in tip-top shape.
So in addition to moderation, let me tell you about something I've started taking to help me feel my best. It provides an easy and delicious daily detox using proven all-natural ingredients like turmeric, milk thistle, and globe artichoke extract to give my liver the support it deserves. Your liver is one big filter, and Active Liver from New Nordic helps keep it from getting clogged up so you can feel your best. Get started now so you can enjoy the benefits later.
Your liver works overtime to filter toxins out of your system, so the least you can do is to show it some love by taking Active Liver. Available in both easy-to-take tablets or delicious gummies. You can find Active Liver online at Amazon or pick some up today at your local CVS, Meijer Grocery, or ShopRite.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job in ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
The Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show. Jamie Markley, David Van Camp, Scott Robbins. Now, the 5 stories we're watching today.
All right, number 5, White House Press Secretary Carolyn Leavitt says the so-called letter to Epstein that the media is hyping right now from Trump is not from Trump. They say that they would support having a handwriting expert come in and take a look at it. Because Trump is saying that's not me. This sort of, what do they call it, a bawdy letter?
Bawdy.
Yes.
Yes.
It's got a little weird outline, naked woman, and it's talk about how enigmas never age or anything like that. To me, it's like, I guess, I don't know what the downside would be if it is actually his, because this letter was written before anyone really knew what he was up to.
Well, he sued the Wall Street Journal.
Yeah.
Over that, and people have talked about discovery.
Yeah.
And that's why there are some that think Trump knows exactly what he's doing here.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens.
Like the way he sued for like $11.2 billion or
Oh, yeah.
something crazy.
Oh, yeah.
And then goes on WABC this morning and praises Rupert Murdoch. It's amazing.
Oh, yeah.
This guy compartmentalizes very well.
Mm-hmm.
Number 4, just a couple days ago, President Trump told Hamas to take a hostage deal with Israel or else. And today we found out what that or else was. Israel's military targeted senior Hamas leadership in Qatar with an airstrike. Even the U.S. government, though, Carolyn Leavitt was saying today, we were notified just right before the attack. And, hey, this does not necessarily serve anyone's interests in peace. It sort of seems like everybody's kind of playing both sides of this, because even Qatar is decrying it. But if the reporting is to be believed, they weren't just notified right before the attack. Everybody kind of knew this was coming.
Yes.
And just everyone wants to kind of quietly let Hamas get taken out.
Yes.
Because they're a problem, both for security and then also politically now. They are a serious problem for even Arab nations.
Well, you could say that about Palestinians, because the Arab nations don't want to take them in.
Nope. They want
Why
nothing
is
to do
that?
With that. Number 3, the trial has begun for Ryan Routh, the man who's tried to assassinate President Trump at Trump's golf course in Florida last year. Routh is representing himself. It is a clown show, but we'll follow the updates as they come. Number 2, the National Assessment of Educational Progress, this is the nation's report card, released scores for the first time since the pandemic. It found that reading scores for high school seniors have hit a new low. Just 35% of 12th graders were at or above the proficiency level. That's a problem. And then
we just need more resources.
Yeah, okay.
That's what it is.
Number 1, the Bureau of Labor Statistics came out with new jobs data. It is the biggest revision in history between April of 2024 and this past March. They overestimated the number of jobs created by about 911,000 jobs. That means that overall, they miscounted in the last 2 years of the Biden administration by about 2 million.
Well, they were right. Give 911,000 or more.
Yeah, right.
Give or take.
So basically all of the jobs gains that Biden was touting, it was all a lie. And again, anybody who's just kind of in the business of just keeping their eyes open and seeing what the local economic situation is, knew that those numbers were wrong.
Creating jobs.
Good paying jobs. Union jobs are for people here illegally.
Right.
That was the other part when, you'd have media outlets talk about, good job numbers. Not for American-born.
Yeah.
No, that would be foreign-born. Looks like 2025 is on track to be the worst year ever in product recalls.
Wow.
It's risen nearly 40% over the last 5 years.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Thought that was interesting.
That is interesting.
Just heard Ford had a recall as far as the camera. All of a sudden it could go dark or it goes upside down. You're trying to back out.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Upside down would be really confusing, wouldn't it?
Well, dang, man. I mean, I don't know, man. Is this an issue of craftsmanship and just people not taking it seriously, their jobs? Because, I mean, just a couple of years ago, we did have a door fall off of a Boeing airplane.
Well, yeah. I'd say that's a bigger problem. No, have you ever, most of the people knew how to, back up in a car without a camera.
Right.
Yeah.
Once you have the camera, you just sort of get used to it. Have you gone back then where you don't have the camera?
I hate the camera. My wife's car has one. I don't. I refuse to buy a car that has one.
Really?
Yeah.
You just that would be, I don't want the camera. Not
Yes.
I don't want it. I want it turned off. Nothing. You just don't want it.
I don't
at
want
all.
it. Well, I don't like having an iPad on my dashboard.
Yeah. A lot of people, that's bothersome. You're also afraid it's going to be watching you.
Yes. Well, that too.
There's that part.
I'm waiting to get a car with FM radio.
This is the Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins show.
Yeah, my truck has a CD player still.
Well, yeah.
I got a CD player in both my vehicles.
Yes, I do too.
Yeah.
I don't want that to go.
Nope.
Sometimes I
use
just want to
it.
listen to an
Yeah.
album all the way through.
Oh, there you go.
You don't do that anymore?
Not really. I hardly ever use it at all.
You know what you do? You'll listen to, if you're in the mood for music, you'll listen to either oldies or classic rock, and then you'll complain about hearing the same 5 songs. And I'm saying there are options, Scott.
Yeah, I got to find them.
You have a CD player.
I know. I don't ever bring CDs. I don't know.
I don't understand.
I never do it. I know.
I know. Trump has spoken from the Oval about that horrible case with the Ukrainian refugee in Charlotte. We will get to that and the Scott Robbins trifecta straight ahead. The Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins show. Jamie Markley, David Van Camp, Scott Robbins. Got the Robbins trifecta coming up in just a few.
Yep.
Trump from the Oval Office today. Message to America. Here you go.
For far too long, Americans have been forced to put up with Democrat-run cities that set loose savage, bloodthirsty criminals to prey on innocent people. Really very, very innocent people. In every place, they control radical left judges, politicians, and activists. And they've adopted a policy of catch and release for thugs and killers. In Charlotte, North Carolina, we saw the results of these policies when a 23-year-old woman who came here from Ukraine met her bloody end on a public train. And here's a picture of it. This is the picture of it. And this is a picture of the woman, a beautiful young girl that never had problems in life, with a magnificent future in this country. And now she's dead. She was slaughtered by a deranged monster who was roaming free after 14 prior arrests. We cannot allow a depraved criminal element of violent repeat offenders to continue spreading destruction and death throughout our country. We have to respond with force and strength. We have to be vicious just like they are. It's the only thing they understand. 24 of the top 25 most dangerous cities in America are run by Democrat mayors. 50 people were murdered in Chicago in recent weeks, with hundreds being shot. and it's time to stop this madness. The people of our country need to insist on protection, safety, law, and order. We have proven that it can be done because we did it right here in D.C., in District of Columbia. The capital of America was a bloodthirsty, horrible, dangerous place, one of the worst. And now it's a crime-free city, and we're going to keep it that way. It can be done. It can happen fast. All we want is, please, Mr. President, we need help. Chicago needs help. Other cities need help. We'll do what has to be done because we're going to make America safe again, and that includes our big cities. We're going to make those cities safe. Thank you.
There you go. What do you think of that?
No, I like it. I mean, I like it. And again, I don't understand the pushback, other than they just hate everything he does.
That's it.
You know, it just doesn't make any sense why the residents of Chicago and the people who live there have to live like that.
Well, it
why
is
are you
almost
forcing him
this
to do that, Pritzker?
Situation where it's not a problem. The problem is you noticing it.
Yeah.
And talking about it.
Right.
And that's when, quote, the right pounces.
Yes.
What are you supposed to do when you see a problem? Well, we don't want to say anything. We don't want to hurt feelings. Where did that get anybody? It's insanity.
This was another campaign promise that was made that's being followed through on.
The thing about this young lady that I think is so striking is that, I mean, I'm stating the obvious. She's sitting there minding her own business. I mean, doing nothing. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, and I've heard other people say this, if you have kids, you could see that happening to one of your kids.
Yeah.
That's on public transportation somewhere. You're like, oh my gosh, why are they allowing these people to roam free? Especially when you hear this guy's story and his mother saying he should never have been walking the streets.
Yeah, the way that the way the story has been laid out with this guy's mom is she was kind of begging people to put him away, and they just never did. And you're right. The suddenness of the attack is what's so jarring, because it's not like he's pacing around mumbling to himself or, you know, acting erratic. He's just kind of sitting there on the train behind her. At one point, he just has his head on the window and then stands up, boom, slashes her, and she's bleeding out there in the chair, just wondering what the hell just happened.
Yeah, because you'll hear other women on public transportation talk about this person had an edge to them, something was off, and then it's sort of like head on a swivel. I'm looking at everything they do, and I just want to get away from what could be a problem. This wasn't one of those at all.
No.
It's something. And you know how media will react to that. Well, he's politicizing this for his own gain because it's a power grab.
He is politicizing it, and he should politicize it. Because one party is okay with what's happening. The other party isn't.
Well, and I
This is
can't help
clear.
but think, and I brought it up yesterday, how George Floyd was politicized.
Of course it was politicized.
And now you have the same people saying, well,
Yes.
this is being politicized. It's
Yes.
like, give me a freaking break
Oh,
on that.
Barack Obama saying Trayvon Martin could have been his son.
Yes.
Exactly.
I mean,
and
even that was a hoax, as it turned out.
Yeah.
Of course it's politicized. Again, one side falls on the side of law and order, the other side doesn't.
That's true.
And if the other side that doesn't feels like they can muster enough support of people who don't care about their cities, well, they may win an election someday.
All right, you're getting ramped up. You ready for your three?
Gosh dang. Yes.
Here we go.
Are you ready?
1, 2, buckle my shoe on.
It's the three most important news stories of the day.
I hit the trifecta.
Well, at least according to Scott Robbins. It's the trifecta on the Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show.
Every day about this time, Scott Robbins trifecta, his top three, helped by his hero.
I'm Casey.
Well, hi, Casey.
I'm ready.
Oh, fine.
3.
Fine.
Number 3, Mike Tyson says athletes need to be smoking weed.
Yeah, Tyson said, hey, you got to smoke the bud. It helps you concentrate. It helps you focus. It gives you tunnel vision.
Really?
You should be smoking weed. I wished I could have smoked weed when I was younger in boxing, but I couldn't because they drug tested for it. But he said there's a lot of athletes. He said a lot of guys who are difference makers that are athletes in this country multi-million-dollar careers up, and they'll give it up to smoke weed. Said you have to tell these owners that you're going to either lose these players to weed or you're going to lose money. He said, I would say that weed could prevent you from losing so much money.
What?
A lot of the great athletes would rather sit home and puff tough than they would work for you.
Mike Tyson's pretty entertaining. I don't know that he's always speaking wisdom.
I just like the way he says it. He just says it. Doesn't care. He owns a weed farm, by the way.
Yeah.
Can you imitate that? You said you like the way he says it. Can you imitate it?
Well, no, just his fearlessness about it. Like, hey, you're going to smoke weed. You want to get these. Oh, you mean like he would say it?
Yes.
Like with that?
Yes. That's what I thought you were talking about. You just like the way he says it because of the
smoke weed so they can compete at a high level with other professionals. And I would never do that to his face because he might kill me.
Yes. You never know when he could snap.
That's just, you look at that guy, and even in those interviews, it seemed to be soft.
Mm-hmm.
There's something in the back of your head going, this guy could just rage out any second now.
You never know, man. One of my favorite T-shirts of all time was Mike Tyson with the Kiss makeup on.
Yeah.
And it had the Kiss logo, but it said Kith.
Yeah.
That is one of the best ever.
Now, on with the countdown.
Scott Robbins, trifecta, top 3 of the day, up to number
2.
Number 2, CNN has found a problem with crime being down in Washington, D.C.
Yeah, any city would be thrilled, I think, with the numbers that they see there, the decline. 60% decline in murders, 40% decline in thefts of cars. But in case the decline isn't annual, but is based only on 1 month of concentrated effort, well, it's still remarkable, but it's not enough for CNN. Now, the problem that CNN found when they were talking to some in the Department of Justice, that the uptick in charges have already put a strain. Now, this is according to the District Public Defender's Office there. They said that we were charged with representing so many individuals. Now, we can't keep up. We're exhausted.
Oh, these poor people, we're supposed to feel bad for them now?
There's so many people that need to be prosecuted that don't have the money for an attorney, and it falls on us. We don't have the resources. We need more money. It's the great. This is the best.
Now,
I mean, it really is.
Trump has turned D.C. into a public defender desert.
He has.
All right.
He has. We're exhausted. We're exhausted. Pity the poor public defenders who are overworked to the amount. And with all these arrests coming in, they just can't keep up.
Wow.
She threw a fit.
It sounds like it, yes.
And the countdown continues.
Scott Robbins, trifecta, top 3 of the day.
And finally, 1.
Number 1, Democrat Senator out of Pennsylvania, John Fetterman, weighs in on. He's one of the few in the Senate or few in the Democrat Party that's not pro-Hamas right now. It's crazy. And he has weighed in on Hamas getting blown up in Qatar.
Well, kind of, anyway. Fetterman broke with the party yet again, basically celebrating the strike on X. He posted a picture of Winnie the Pooh sitting at the table with a jar of honey that says Hero Honey in it. He spoons some out, eats it, and then does the shimmy with his shoulders.
Okay.
That's his retort to people who are unhappy with the bombing. He's like, Winnie the Pooh's happy. He's happy.
Wow, that's different.
I loved it.
Well, remember, he spent some time in the loony bin, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, the response is what kills me. I can't believe this person is a senator.
Me neither.
Seems this is unbecoming of a U.S. senator. But then again, I thought gym clothes, shorts, and hoodies had no place in our hallowed and historic institutions. I guess I'm just old-fashioned in believing in decorum and propriety. How much are they paying you, John Fetterman? Israeli asset alert. POS. Okay, complete transparency, of course. Most of the reaction to this is positive for Fetterman, though. People like it. They like the picture of Winnie the Pooh doing the shimmy shake with his shoulders while eating honey.
Now I'm thinking to myself, is Mike Tyson and John Fetterman, are they going to box each other next? That'd be something, huh?
That'd be fun.
I like how liberals were totally fine with him being a United States senator when he started off the debate going, good evening, goodbye.
Yes, the poor guy.
He's like drooling all over himself. He can't do traditional interviews because bright lights scare him.
Yes.
I mean,
And now you
They're like,
celebrate. Yeah.
Now
Right.
it's like, well, he's not sufficiently anti-Semitic, and now the left hates him.
Right, they hate him. They want him gone.
Man, oh, man.
You can be a barely functioning vegetable in the left's eyes. That's fine as long as you hate the Jews.
Yep.
Trying to think. Tyson and Fetterman, they're going to start the match, and Fetterman says something like good night or whatever, and Tyson, what does he react? Something?
Are you thick?
Like, what's wrong with you, man? I have no idea.
And there you have it.
I'm not getting suckered in any more pay-per-views on that one. I'm not doing it.
Oh, with Tyson?
Yeah.
You'll see him work out one time and be like, man, did you see his workout? Dude, he's back. You know it's going to happen. All right, we got to get to a news update.
1995. Guys, dang it.
And Nimrods in the news coming up.
With Robinhood, not only can you trade individual stocks and ETFs, you can also seamlessly buy and sell crypto at low costs. Trade all in one place. Get started now on Robinhood. Trading crypto involves significant risk. Crypto trading is offered through an account with Robinhood Crypto LLC. Robinhood Crypto is licensed to engage in virtual currency business activity by the New York State Department of Financial Services. Crypto held through Robinhood Crypto is not FDIC insured or SIPC protected. Investing involves risk, including loss of principal. Securities trading is offered through an account with Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC, a registered broker-dealer.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job in ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
The Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show. Jamie Markley, David Van Camp, Scott Robbins.
Oh, boy. Football season is here. Chicago, Minnesota last night. I'm sorry, Chicago fans. Darn the luck. Every day, you got to make those choices. You're going to keep rooting for the Chicago team or not, huh?
I see you're not wearing the hoodie today.
No, I'm off of it today.
That's
sorry.
sad.
Put it away.
Yeah.
I can't get my Chiefs hat out either, man. So on Prize Picks, being right gets you paid. So kick off the season right by getting $50 instantly in lineups when you play your first $5. With millions of users, billions of dollars awarded in winnings, Prize Picks is the absolute best place to put your takes to the test. Plus, the app is really simple to use. You just pick 2 or more players across any sport. You pick more, you pick less. On the stat projections, if you're right, you could win big. Prize Picks available in 40 states, including California, Texas, Florida, Georgia. Simple stats, user-friendly policies. Prize Picks is the most fan-friendly app to make your picks. So download the Prize Picks app today. Use code MVCR and get $50 instantly in lineup when you play your first $5. Win or lose, you'll get the $50 in lineups just for playing, guaranteed. Prize Picks, it's good to be right. Got to be present in certain states. Visit PrizePicks.com for restrictions and details.
News update, David Van Camp.
Well, breaking just now, DeCarlos Brown Jr., the guy who is accused of, well, we've seen the video. He stabbed this Ukrainian refugee, slit her throat and killed her.
Yeah.
He is now facing federal charges. The DOJ is coming in to make sure that he gets put away for a long time. He's charged with one count of, I've never heard of this charge before, but I think they were just looking for something that they could pin on him, committing an act causing death on a mass transportation system.
Wow. Interesting.
They were cracking open the law books, weren't they? Just
Yeah.
what
guess
can
so.
we do where we would have jurisdiction?
Yeah. I can't believe, well, I shouldn't say that. I was disgusted to find out yesterday that someone had started the GoFundMe for him.
You're serious? Are you serious?
Yes.
Oh,
then
my gosh.
And then it got shut down. Did you hear that, David?
No, I hadn't seen that.
Oh, no, I want to look it up fast.
Holy smokes, man.
Like, who does that?
That's demonic.
Yes.
Bad.
You can look it up for me by end of show. What do we got? A couple of minutes left to make sure. Meanwhile, I'll go to Nimrods because this is crazy.
When the going gets tough,
Damn it, this is too hard.
the dumb get dumber.
All right, Dean.
It's Nimrods in the News on the Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show.
I love the poorly educated.
All right. Nimrod's the news. We go to Lewiston, Maine. Now, this happened last November. Police found more than 3.5 pounds of cocaine between a motel room and a house a few miles away. Some of it in a duffel bag, the rest in a safe. It was enough to arrest Stephen Braggs, who was already on federal probation for a gun charge out of Massachusetts, and charge him with federal drug crimes carrying a minimum prison sentence of 5 years. But despite the large quantity of drugs, the case fell apart. In June, federal prosecutors dismissed the charges against Braggs, then reached a deal that allows him to return to the community instead of having his probation revoked. What happened? Well, apparently the cops in this situation, they didn't have the right warrants to search. And so they're like, well, we don't care. We're going in anyway.
Yeah.
But then they realized, oh my gosh, you guys have home security cameras. We need to turn those cameras off. So they turned them off. They left one camera in the microwave. They're like, hey, we've got surveillance video of this. That's when the case just falls apart. The cops there, Nimrods in the news. GoFundMe?
Yeah, there was, but it's hard to tell if it was serious or a troll. But it got taken down very quickly.
It should be, yeah. That's Nimrods in the news.